Doesn't look half bad. A glass cutter wouldn't be much use. Is the display case anchored to the floor?
Why do you ask?
The Raven once stole a whole display case in St. Petersburg instead of just taking the jewels out of it.
Such an attempt would fail here. The display case is bolted to the floor and weighs several hundred kilograms.
What's in the other display cases?
Other valuable originals. The eyes of the Sphinx would have been the highlights of our exhibition. Now that we only have one left, it doesn't really outshine the other valuables anymore. This room is full of world-class treasures.
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video surveillance.
I've heard about that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all three cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
Many people picture a stone coffin when they hear the word sarcophagus, but this one is wooden. As usual, an ornamental representation of the deceased is painted on the outside in gold and other colors. This here, the gate, how does it work?
If the alarm is set off, the metal gate descends. The same thing happens at the windows and the main entrance. The thief is trapped like a rat.
As are we.
Next, I'll show you our guard room, the heart of the whole security system. And after that, I'll have to excuse myself.
Alert the guards. Then call the French embassy. Legrand needs to come. We're being locked out. Here, have a seat and try to calm down. He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Director Mokhtar? Director, how can I open the metal gate?
He shouldn't have done that.
Director.
All the artifacts in the treasure chamber. He destroyed them.
And I will bring him to justice. But first, I have to get inside. He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Perhaps I'll get something out of him in a couple of minutes. That bloody bomber. I mean, the chamber was filled with irreplaceable treasures. The gate is massive. I can't open it myself. The gate is massive. Constable Oliver!
Don't move.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna arrest you.
Put the pistol away.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Robert, be sensible.
Shut it.
Is he dead?
Just unconscious. Perhaps he can tell us who knocked him out.
Excellent.
Don't act all innocent. It was you.
I was in the treasure chamber with the director. You, on the other hand, had every opportunity to take the guard out.
I found him unconscious. I wanted to open the gates.
And make it easier for the Raven to escape?
That does it. On the floor. Hands behind your head.
Why aren't you in the embassy with Inspector Legrand talking to the press?
What are you talking about? Legrand refused to do it.
What?
He told the ambassador that he'd rather walk through the desert for 40 years than give interviews for 40 minutes.
We have to open the treasure chamber's gate. I suspect there's a secret entrance.
No. We should open the main entrance and call for help.
Robert, think. The Raven is inside the museum and so are we. We could catch him, but we have to give chase immediately. The two of us can finish it here and now.
You just want to confuse me.
Robert, I don't think you knocked this man out, but neither did I. I was with the director the entire time. Ask him.
That doesn't mean you aren't involved somehow. You could be working with the Raven.
So could you. We can suspect each other, open the exits, and offer the Raven every possible escape route. Or we can bring him to justice right here, right now.
Oh, okay. But just get this straight. I don't trust you. I'll keep an eye on you, and if you try to get away...
Understood. I'll try to open the gate to the treasure chamber now. I'd appreciate it if you'd refrain from accidentally shooting me.
No tricks, Zellner. And if we don't find anything in the treasure chamber, we'll open the gate at the main entrance and call Inspector Legrand.
Of course. Constable Oliver can't honestly think that I'm the Raven. He must realize that I never had a chance to set a bomb. Although he may think that I could be an accomplice, as could he. I'll grin and bear it. As long as he's nearby, he can't cause any trouble. And if I have to get rid of him, I'm sure something will occur to me.
What are you doing?
I was looking for this. I think he's okay. After we've checked the treasure chamber, we should call an ambulance. Various bits and bobs for the office routine. Looks like even the guards can't avoid mountains of paperwork. Dead. We can't call for help. The line's dead. Does the alarm system call the police automatically? If not, or if it was also disconnected, I'm not sure that anyone out there knows what's happening inside the museum. I guess no one heard the explosion from outside. The treasure chamber doesn't have any windows, and the metal gates that came down could just be part of a test. We can't call for help. The light... If not, I guess no... A metallic control box. I bet the controls for the alarm system are in there. Locked. Blueprints for a museum. Every gate seems to be controlled by its own switch. This should be the gate for the treasure chamber. That's it. There's nothing more I can do here. Maybe someone stirred something into the coffee and poisoned him with it, but the bump on the back of his head would indicate otherwise. A monitor, probably for viewing the security cameras. There are 5 buttons down here, 3 of them labeled. Camera 1, Camera 2, Camera 3. This should be the one in the treasure chamber. As I expected, it didn't survive the explosion. All right, how do I... Fantastic. That's me, with the director. Now it's getting exciting. What on earth?
You damaged it.
No, I didn't. Someone must have turned the camera off, or... No, it's still recording, but something's covering the lens. There. That was the explosion. Interesting.
Why is it interesting?
Someone was in the treasure chamber, and they disabled the camera.
And?
And, just a few minutes later, the alarm went off and everything blew up. The burglar hardly had time to prepare a targeted explosion, right? One more reason to go and see what happened in the treasure chamber.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm searching for a way into the treasure chamber, which is exactly what you should be doing.
I'll give you 5 minutes. Then we'll follow my plan. Open the main entrance and call for backup.
Let's hope for both our sakes that I find a way into the treasure chamber before then. I don't want to be responsible for the escape of the Raven. I'll grin and bear it, and if I have... Do you have any idea how we can open the gate?
We've got to open the main gate and call for backup.
No. You gave me 5 minutes and my time isn't up yet. Director Mokhtar, I can't open the gate. Is there another way into the treasure chamber?
No. Only one way. Only one.
The director won't help me. Whether I want to or not, I have to stick with the constable. If you would be so kind. No, that won't work.
I could have told you that.
clock is ticking. Sooner or later, the constable will lose his patience, and I'll lose my chance to get into the treasure chamber alone. The director won't help me. Guards, you Ancient Egyptian jewelry. I like that golden signet ring with a scarab made of jasper. In ancient Egypt, these beetles were regarded as symbols of fertility. Nowadays, we just call them dung beetles. I suppose the beetles don't really care. The lances look sturdy, but they also seem to be firmly connected to the figures. Maybe I can break them off. On the other hand, there's been enough destruction today. That might help. Constable? It's moving. No, not quite there yet. We were almost, but not. The explosion wasn't strong enough to seriously damage the gate, but maybe it's a bit warped. At any rate, it won't open. This security gate is also closed. Once the alarm went off, no one could have left through the official exits. We can't call for help. If not, I guess... locked. These exhibits aren't originals, of course. They're reconstructed, based on old pictures. Nonetheless, it's impressive how they managed to build monuments like the pyramids with such simple tools. It fits. All right. It has to work. Constable Oliver, could you lend me a hand? On three. 1, 2, 3! Director Mokhtar, hurry! Put something under the gate! Huh? Director!
No luck.
It won't open any further.
Put it down, quick! That'll hold it.
I wouldn't bet on it. We should hurry.
And inform Inspector Legrand.
First, I'll get an overview of the situation.
You don't think I'm going to leave you all alone with a jewel, do you?
I doubt that the jewel is still in the treasure chamber.
But how?
I'll be watching you.
Then you'll have to come with me.
If you haven't heard anything from me in 5 minutes, me, not Constable Zellner, then open the entrance and call for help. Understood?
Okay.
Whoa, indeed. Let's hope that at least some of the artifacts withstood the explosion. Why didn't he just drive through the wall with a tank? Reckless ignoramus. The remains of the cordon. Give me some light. The cord should hold my weight, but it's too short. The clasps aren't really made for heavy weights, but I think they're strong enough. Not the best rope in the world, but it will have to do. Fortunately, the ceiling is quite high, and the gate was still ajar. Otherwise, nothing in this room would have survived the shockwave. I suppose the camera was hit by a chunk of flying debris.
You don't want to go down there, do you?
That's how the eye left the treasure chamber.
Oh, no. No way. We've seen enough. The Raven is gone. We need to get Legrand. Great. You happy now?
You could say that. Will you give me some light? What do you think about this?
It's a right mess.
You can say that again. Would you give me your flashlight?
You can't seriously expect me to say yes?
No, not really. So at least give me a bit of light. This explosion was much more intense than the one in London, wasn't it?
You can say that again. Imagine what would have happened if the bomb had gone off tonight.
He didn't risk it. We must have made him nervous.
He couldn't have chosen a better time. Legrand isn't here. There are only a couple of guards and almost no witnesses.
Still, I would have thought he'd wait. Remember the train? Our opponent has a penchant for drama. He's vain and wants as much publicity as possible.
Even vain people don't want to go to jail.
True enough. It seems like the question of backup has been settled. We can't open the door from the inside.
The director will surely contact Legrand. He'll be outside the door with a full squad in no time.
I wouldn't bet on it. The thief was in the guard room and knocked out the guard. What was he up to there? He didn't disable the alarm. Maybe the phone lines.
Someone will notice the metal shutters on the windows.
Sooner or later, sure. Until they do, we have time to solve the case. I let myself down into the hole with the rope.
You can't be serious.
This isn't a matter for discussion. I'm going down there. You can join me or stay here.
But you don't know what or who is down there.
That's why I want to go down there. Besides, maybe I'll find an escape route for us.
All right then. Should I hold the rope?
Okay then. So what do we do now? Yes, thanks. I'm down. Give me some light, Robert. Robert Oliver, the human searchlight. Are you all right?
Yes. Have you found an escape route?
I'm working on it. Shine the light over there, please. Interesting. Documents, maps, letters, all of them at least 20, 30 years old. I wonder how the Raven knew about the secret basement. He must have done some research and then paid someone for the missing information. What's that?
Hey, don't go too far away.
Come down and stop me, or stay there and give me some light. Interesting. Some kind of wooden hatch. There are two hinges on this side. There's a kind of metal hook holding the hatch closed. I'm the talking statue. I really like to teach bad words to the little boys. At least that riddle is solved now. Peepholes. And I suspect, yes. The Raven couldn't have gone this way. We'd have seen him and he couldn't have closed the bolt from outside. There must be another entrance.
Why is it suddenly so bright down there?
I found the light switch. I have to hurry. The gates will open sooner or later, and then the museum will be crawling with people. There are cracks in the wall and scuff marks on the floor.
A secret door?
And probably the Raven's escape route.
Can you open it?
There are several panels and kind of a handle, but I can't turn or pull or push it. Something's written here, but it's too dark. Hurry down with the light.
No, the Raven is trapped. We should call Legrand.
I need the lamp, right now.
I don't know. It'd be better if we call for backup first.
What would Nicholas Legrand do in this situation? Would he wait for backup and twiddle his thumbs, or would he act?
Oh, blast.
Come on, Robert. Small decisions can have major effects. You hand me the light, and we could both be heroes.
Or dead.
Robert, I'll be careful.
We're lucky we're still alive, and I don't want to push my luck. The light stays with me.
Oh. For the last time, I need the lamp, Robert. I need it now.
Let's wait for Legrand. The Raven is trapped, and the inspector should be here any moment.
Do you think this door leads to a dead end? With every minute we hesitate, the Raven's trail is getting colder.
But we should take it one step at a time. We're alone, and the Raven is dangerous.
You're a coward, Robert.
Oh, am I? Who climbed into the burning engine in the tunnel and got it moving?
And who saved the little boy?
Yes, you're the hero.
I didn't mean it like that. Robert, this is our moment. Time to show them all. When the others arrive, they'll see that we didn't just dare to enter the basement. No, we also found an escape route and opened it. How do you think that will sound on the police report? Constable Oliver and Constable Zellner laid the foundation for the arrest of the Raven with competence and quick thinking.
Oh, that would be great, but no, we really should wait for Legrand.
Oh. For the last time, I need the lamp, Robert. I need it now.
Let's wait for Legrand. The Raven is trapped, and the inspector should be here any moment.
I need the lamp, right now.
I don't know. It'd be better if we call for backup first.
Do you think the Raven is waiting for us? If we don't catch him now, we probably never will.
It's been a few minutes since the explosion. He's probably over the hills and far away.
We can't rely on the others, Robert. You and we'll catch the Raven.
I might have believed you once. He's too smart for us, Zellner. He's better than us. You have to accept that.
Should we just give up? Come on, Robert. You can't be serious.
Oh, he'll always be one step ahead, no matter what we do.
Oh. For the last time, I need the lamp, Robert. I need it now.
Let's wait for Legrand. The Raven is trapped and the inspector should be here any moment.
I order you to hand me the flashlight immediately.
You can't order me to do anything.
You're a coward,
Oh, who climbed?
And who's...
Yes, you're that. So why don't you handle it?
Shine the light over there, please. A map of Cairo. It's covered with hundreds of small holes, and there are some pins on the floor. There's a date in the corner. 1940. Damn it, Robert. I can't see what's written on the wall. I need the flashlight, now! I need the lamp.
I don't know.
What would Nickel...
Oh.
Come on. Small decision.
Or dead.
Robert, I'll be careful.
We're lucky we're still alive, and I don't want to...
Oh. For the last time, I need the lamp, Robert. I need it now. I need the lamp. What would Nicholas Legrand do in this situation? Would he wait for...
Oh.
We can't rely... You and...
He's too smart for us, Zell.
Should we just...
Oh, he'll always be one.
Oh. For the last time, I need the lamp, Robert. I need it now.
Let's wait for Legrand. The Raven is trapped and the inspector should be here any moment.
Do you think this door leads to a dead end? With every minute we hesitate, the Raven's trail is getting colder.
But we should take it one step at a time. We're alone and the Raven...
What would Nick...
Oh.
We can't rely on the others, Robert. You and we'll catch the Raven.
I might have believed you once. He's too smart for us, Zellner. He's better than us. You have to accept that.
Should we just give...
Okay, here's what we do. I'll hand you the lamp and you open the door. Then we guard the door and wait for backup.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Right. Catch! But hurry. I don't want to think about the fact that I'm standing here in the dark surrounded by mummies.
That's better. That is interesting. 4 discs. An extravagant combination lock. If it was just another language with a Latin alphabet, I might be able to guess the meaning, but I'm lost when it comes to Arabic. I'll write them down. It could be a hint about how to open the door. Constable Oliver has his heart in the right place, but that doesn't make him the right man for the job. Everything okay, Robert? Or did the mummies get you already?
Uh-huh.
Various containers. Maybe they contained funerary objects. The lids depict animals and a person. That alone doesn't really help me. Various containers. Maybe they contained funerary objects. The lids depict... The lid... The museum still has plenty to offer, despite the senseless destruction in the treasure chamber. The museum still has plenty.
Zellner? Is that you?
It is I, the Raven.
Did you find an exit?
No, I'm still looking. The basement is quite large.
Okay. Don't go too far away.
There we go. He's up there, Robert. I know that.
That may be. Go into the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zellner, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
You can't stop me. Not anymore. 200 steps at least. And a ladder. I'm too old for this. The chair is the only object that's not covered with dust. It seems like someone sat on it recently. Handcuffs. Not what I expected. Was someone interrogated here? Huh? The Raven, if I'm not mistaken. Why don't you step into the light? Mr. Inch.
Amazing. Truly amazing. I thought young Legrand would be my most dangerous opponent, but it seems I should have had more respect for age.
And the bomb on the train? Did you want to kill us all?
I knew that Legrand would be hot on my heels after the heist in London. He's a dangerous man, Mr. Zellner. He almost caught me once.
Is that a reason to resort to murder?
It wasn't my only reason. An eye for an eye, Constable Zellner.
What about the murder of the Baroness? Was that also your doing?
The death of the Baroness was never part of the plan. Dr. Gebhardt had a score to settle with her and got in my way.
You didn't care about the key to the safe?
I never wanted to steal the eye out of the safe. I always intended to strike here, in the museum.
What about Gebhardt's confession?
A nice idea, don't you think? It keeps the inspector out of my hair. For a few more hours, at least. Until everything collapses like a house of cards.
Why did you want to steal the second eye here?
The eye was in the bank in Zurich for a long time. Impossible to get at. Then the safe on the ship in Legrand's cabin. Too complicated. I heard about the secret basement and found out how the security system worked. I would have preferred to save my performance for the gala this evening, but, well, events demanded a change of schedule. Not least because of you, my nosy friend.
How did you do it? How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness? And the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
Oh, it is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Ah, a Adil, this could be interesting. He's quite talented, but unreliable. He has a mind of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
He only forgot one thing. I keep things firmly in hand. Always. End of story.
I told you not to get off. What if the train had gone without you?
So, you're taking a job as a ship's doctor.
I am excited but nervous too. I'm not exactly a champion swimmer.
If you wind up in the water on board a ship, something's gone terribly wrong.
What was all that in the museum?
That didn't quite go according to plan, did it? And I hate it when things don't go according to plan.
You nearly killed them!
You let them catch you!
It wasn't my fault! Scotland Yard was there!
If I thought it was your fault, you'd already be bobbing in the River Thames with a bullet in your head. Someone tipped them off. I don't know who, but I'm going to find out. Where is the jewel? Ah, marvelous. But it's just half the set, and stealing the second eye will be more difficult than I'd anticipated.
Why are we meeting here and not in Venice like we planned?
London drew more attention than planned. They put Legrand on the case.
Nicholas Legrand?
He's searching the train.
Shouldn't we postpone the plan under these circumstances?
On the contrary, I gave him an anonymous tip.
A tip?
I told him that the train will be robbed.
You don't seriously suggest that we steal the jewel right under Legrand's nose?
Of course, because I'm an idiot. Our best bet is still Cairo. Everything is prepared. Mr. X will provide us with everything we need. As planned, I'll go to Venice together with the Baroness and board the ship there. You'll do the same, but as surreptitiously as possible.
All right.
And under no circumstances can anyone be permitted to discover our relationship. Understood?
And the rest of the plan is as before?
We just have to get on board the ship.
Then I'll get in the car and we'll meet in Venice.
No, Legrand necessitates a change of plan. You'll go by train as well, and place this envelope on the safe as soon as the train halts in the tunnel. I'll cause a blackout so that you can sneak past the guard. You won't believe who's guarding the safe. That blasted Bobby from London. If you have any trouble, cave his skull in.
And Legrand?
You take care of the letter. I'll take care of everything else. The most important thing is that no one recognizes you on the train.
And that I don't get caught. What's the purpose of the letter?
That's not your concern.
I'd just like to know whether I'm risking my life for some game of yours, or whether it's worth it.
Any one of my games would be worth your life. You just do what I tell you. Stick the letter on the door of the safe or leave it on top of it. I don't care. But the letter has to be there as soon as Legrand shows up after the blackout to make sure everything is in order. Understood?
Yes.
What?
Yes, understood. Hasn't the Baroness grown suspicious?
She's wrapped up in a veil of alcohol, arrogance, and disinterest. Only flattery, gossip, and Belgian chocolate can penetrate it.
Ideal conditions.
I'll be glad to be rid of that old hag. She's my ticket to the most important museums in Europe. But these have been the longest 6 months of my life.
How are the injured guards doing?
How the devil should I know?
You didn't need to do that.
What? Save your bacon?
I'd have made it out on my own.
Oh, yes, the poor security guard. It really wasn't necessary. I'm such a naughty boy.
I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
Oh, please, please, don't be angry with me. I won't do it again.
I don't know. We have the first eye, and we only just escaped.
Tell me you're not suggesting that we should be satisfied with that? One eye alone is nothing more than an expensive bauble, but both eyes together are a legend. My greatest triumph.
Shouldn't I put the eye somewhere for safekeeping? Just in case Legrand searches our things.
I'll hide the jewel in the Baroness's luggage. I already know where. Legrand won't dare search her belongings, and even then, he'll never be able to open the secret compartment.
Okay, so we'll see each other in Venice.
And not sooner. Here, take your travel documents. We may not have an opportunity to meet in Venice.
Okay, fine. That's the first change of plans so far. Whatever. Looks like I'll be going to Venice by train. A ticket for a trip on the MS Lydia from Venice to Cairo, some banknotes, and a passport. Blank. No personal info, no picture. Inch has brilliant contacts in the underworld. He knows the best counterfeiters, technicians, pickpockets, and con men. He remains anonymous, though. Most of them don't even know they're working for him. Mr. X, his contact in Cairo, probably doesn't have a clue who he is. Inch loves the spotlight and has a flair for the dramatic. Why else would he call himself the Raven? I don't like having to risk my own neck as part of his drama. What's the point of leaving messages for his opponent? I'd like to know what message Inch finds, but now's not the... The crate must have had bananas or something in it. It's empty now. It's built out of thin wooden boards. Probably didn't have to bear much weight. I'd like to know, but now... I'd like to, but... My travel documents. Sometimes you can find useful things in a waste bin, but this one seems to have been emptied recently. This wooden crate is big enough to completely conceal the bag. It'd be protected from prying eyes. And I could make my exit from the scene of the crime unnoticed. There's still one problem. Someone might see me picking up the bag and putting it into the crate. There probably isn't a single newspaper between Moscow and Madrid that's not reporting on the burglary. I'm famous. Unfortunately, not for the sort of elegantly executed theft I'd like to be known for. Burglary in British Museum, 1 casualty, 5,000 pounds damage, culprit unknown. Return of the Raven? I'd have escaped anyway, but Inch just couldn't resist playing with dynamite. I hope the security guard recovers soon. A leather bag like the ones used by country doctors for carrying their equipment. If I swipe the bag, it'd cause confusion while people look for it, and I might be able to sneak onto the train. The only problem is, I can't take the bag with me. Not a chance. The doctor could easily spot me taking his bag. He'd sound the alarm, and our Swiss friend would have no choice but to arrest me, and then we'd have a real problem. They won't let me ride along in the freight car, not even if I ask nicely. Some of the passengers got off the train to stretch their legs, but this man started his journey right here in Zurich. He waited a good 10 minutes for the train and began to get impatient. Clothes maketh the man. Put a uniform on a short, old, rather chubby little man, and they'll show him all due respect, even if he's only a constable. The uniform alone gives him power, and that counts for a lot in this part of the world. This is the saloon car, fully furnished with a bar and all the niceties. The ladies and gentlemen would have a fit if I just waltzed in there wearing these clothes. I can't board the train like this. I'd stick out like a sore thumb, and they'd throw me off without a second thought. If I try to just get on the train, the conductor would probably stop me, and might even turn me over to the police. I can't risk that. This wooden crate is big enough to completely conceal the bag. It'd be protected from prying eyes, and I could make my exit from the scene of the crime unnoticed. There's still one problem. Someone might see me picking up the bag and putting it into the crate. I could probably pry the bottom boards off without too much effort. They're thin, and the nails are short. Perfect. It looks like a normal crate. It's now or never.
Hey, you! Scram!
Yes, sir. Let the games begin.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Can't you see that I am talking to the constable?
The train is leaving in a few minutes, sir. I have to ask you to board it now.
We should get on. Perhaps we'll be able to continue our conversation during the trip.
I won't stand in the way. Where's my bag?
You left it right there.
I know that. I want to know where it is now.
I don't know. I'll look for it right away. If you gentlemen would get on the train in the meantime...
I will hold you and your employers liable for this.
I'm sure he'll find the bag. Come on, Dr. Gebhardt. I will help you with your luggage.
Fine.
The conductor doesn't really seem to know where to search for the lost bag. Finding a particular piece of luggage at a railway station is like finding a needle in a haystack. You seem to be searching for something. Can I help?
Go away. There's no money to be earned here.
That's not what I mean. I just thought, if you're looking for a brown bag...
Why? Did you steal one?
If that were true, I wouldn't be offering to help you. I saw a little blonde boy take the bag. He ran off with it, over there.
Really? Thanks.
Isn't that the bag?
Where?
Nothing personal. No! Oh, man!
Let me have a look.
Damn, I can't let the professor see me. I shadowed him for days in London. He might recognize me.
Calm down. See what I can do. You don't understand.
He doesn't give up easily. God, I barely look like myself. I'm not as good as the Raven at slipping into other roles. He's had decades to perfect it. Whatever. It'll be good enough for the people on the train. Professor Lucien hasn't slept a single night in the cabin yet. The tower is unused. If I twisted it, then I'd have a sort of rope. The sink. No, that won't help me now. Professor Lucien seems to travel light. The Baroness's luggage takes up half a freight car. I don't think that the suitcase or the bag contain anything that could help me out. I'd better leave as little evidence as possible. Professor Lucien is at the door, and he won't give up until he opens it. That means I need another way out of here. Open in the station, so it was a good way to get onto the train, and now it might be my only way out. The window to the right should be the Baroness's cabin, and the one on the left is the saloon car. The roof could be my escape route. up. My head is level with the roof, but the roof is too slanted and smooth to climb. That's the Baroness's cabin. Itch is probably with her. I wouldn't mind jumping through the window and giving them both the surprise of a lifetime, but then the Baroness would freak out, and Itch would be forced to report the event to the police. Ducts or something, but I can't reach them with my hands. Those are air... Whew. There's nothing quite like traveling on a train. But I can't just walk in like a delivery man. The safe is guarded by my old friend, the Bobby from London. Even he would be curious to see a conductor in the freight car. Looks like a toolbox. Ugh, it's secured with a heavy padlock. I'm not bad at picking locks, but I don't have my equipment with me, and everything's rocking and moving in here. Given these conditions, it'd take a while to pick the lock. That makes it too risky. No, not what I need. Freely in the train, as long as I keep away from Professor Lucien. The other guests don't know me, and conductors change several times during the journey. A new face shouldn't seem suspicious to anyone.
Young man?
Yes, sir?
Tell me, when did they switch to self-service on the Orient Express? Should they not have informed the passengers about that in advance?
Forgive me, sir. I was...
And what about my bag? Did your colleague find it?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know.
I expected as much. There will be consequences. And now, bring me my coffee.
Of course, sir. Asshole. A dish with old people's candy. Butterscotch, I think. Beer, wine, champagne, gin, brandy, and whiskey. The richest snobs take the same medicine as the poorest slobs. Some people would need a drink to steady their nerves, doing what I'm doing, but not me. I want a clear head if I'm going to get this envelope onto the safe. Even pigs get to drink from the finest porcelain. If I mess with the doctor, I might blow my cover, so I'll have to grin and bear it and serve our esteemed passenger his coffee. A small portable radio. The reception is surprisingly good here in the mountains. The radio, but the antenna, on the other hand, a thin, short metal rod that can be extended. Something like that might come in handy. Locked. Let's see. It fits! A lot of odds and ends. Hairnet, batteries, a half-pack of cigarettes, an unused toothbrush. The bartender probably has to serve as a jack-of-all-trades, like a concierge in a hotel. So, is there anything useful? Here we go, a small shaving mirror. No, I don't need any. Still some coffee left. A cup of coffee for the gentleman.
Do you know what the problem with people like you is?
You mean our lack of a sense of duty, or our skin color, or a lack of respect for our elders? We have so many flaws. He didn't even want to hear why it took so long to get his coffee. He just wanted to tear into someone, just wanted to assert his will. It's a sad life if you have to pump yourself up by deflating others. The old lady didn't get on in Zurich, and she doesn't look like someone from Nancy or Basel. I'm guessing she boarded in Paris. She seems familiar somehow. I've seen her someplace before. Maybe she used to be an actress, and I recognize her from photos. She has the confidence of someone who doesn't have to prove herself anymore. She's rich, that's for sure, but it's not just that. I've seen her someplace. She has the confidence. The elderly woman's carer can't keep her hands still, so she's knitting. Can I bring you ladies anything? Is everything satisfactory?
Everything is wonderful, young man.
Very good. Got it. I think Professor Lucien is still in the hallway, trying to get into his cabin. I'd better wait until the coast is clear. I think Professor Lucien is still in the hallway, trying to get into his cabin. I'd better wait until the coast is clear. Ventilation shaft supplies the freight car with fresh air. It also seems big enough to climb through. I'd say I found my way in. The cover has 2 hinges on the back. It's possible to open it, but the 2 screws on the front hold it closed. I can't see anything but the rear of the car through the slots, and that won't do. What I really need is a view of the front. In theory, I could use the mirror to get a look at the front of the car, but my arm is too thick to fit through the grate. If I have to. That should do it. It sticks. In theory, I could use the mirror to get a look at the front of the car, but my arm is too thick to fit through the grate. Okay. The candy is so sticky that it'll hold the mirror without any trouble. As I expected, it sticks. There's the guard. The safe is directly beneath the ventilation shaft. I could shimmy down the shaft and hit him on the head from behind. Uh-oh.
Are you okay, Robert?
Nothing to report, sir.
At ease.
Any suspicious passengers come aboard in Zurich, sir?
Not really. It could be anyone and no one. But we've received support from the Swiss police. A certain Constable Zellner.
Oh?
Very motivated. Might get on our nerves.
That limits my options. I can't overpower 2 people. I don't think I'll be able to slip into the carriage unseen after all. Oh, there has to be a way. I have to keep Inch happy. How do I get you onto the safe? Or on top of it? The safe is directly beneath the ventilation shaft. And Inch said something about a blackout and a tunnel. I could use the moments of confusion and darkness to toss the letter onto the safe. Might work, as long as I manage to open the ventilation shaft and choose the right moment.
Hey, my pistol!
You'll get it back in Venice. Frightening me like that. I could have fallen under the wheels.
I thought you were a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too. One just flew past my window.
Be off with you.
Oh, man.
Ah, I can use these.
Phew, that was close. lock open. How convenient. Let's see. A wrench, you don't say. This is too easy. I don't think I need anything else from the toolbox. Okay, showtime. They should have been able to open the door with pliers. I think the coast is clear. I assume Inch is also in the compartment. He'll probably find some excuse to sneak out to trigger the blackout and engage the emergency brakes. No idea how he expects to pull that off. He usually leaves me in the dark about such things. Even after months of partnership, he still doesn't trust me completely. Just a few more days, and I'll finally be rid of that creep. And until then, he has to burn in his own personal hell with the Baroness. A nice thought. Obviously, they managed to open the door. I wonder who or what the archaeologist thinks locked it. Did he connect it to the burglary in London? Probably not. Professor Lucien is on his way to Cairo, just like the Baroness. They both know each other. She chairs the Friends of the British Museum Club. I hope he's too shaken up to leave his cabin until we reach Venice. Something like that? If it is, maybe I should take it with me during the blackout. With any luck, I'm gonna be a happy family man soon, and I'll need a few francs, lira, or marks. Self-control. Side jobs always lead to complications. There are enough unknowns in our plan as it is. No need to add more. Info for travelers, some pictures, and the schedule, all neatly hung up with magnets. The violinist was already... She loves to make me jealous, and once I'm raging mad, she leans forward and whispers one of those phrases that only she can say. Still in the Swiss Alps. We should reach the Italian border in half an hour. There's a lock at the bottom of the window. Maybe. The big map is larger. Some of the photos are rather nice. Professional work. Climbing over the coal car is the only way to get into the driver's cab while the train is moving. I can't imagine Inch climbing over it to trigger a blackout up front. I bet he paid someone to do his dirty work. Inch almost never takes personal risks, and usually he tries to keep his hands clean. He seems to be worried about something. So much the better for me. If he's absorbed in his own problems, he won't be paying attention to anyone else, and won't be able to offer good testimony to the police. Unscrew the screws, but I should only open the cover inside the tunnel. What was that?
Sir! Must have fallen out.
Put that on the floor.
Yes, sir.
That was close. If the second screw makes that much noise, it's over for me. No way. If the second nut also hits the floor, Legrand will know that I'm up here. My only option will be to jump from the train. I'll tie the magnet to the string. Done.
All right. We should...
What? The light's gone out. Flashlights.
Ah, get off me.
There, sir. An envelope.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box. R.
What the dickens? It's a...
Away with it! Take cover!
What's the meaning of this? What do you want here?
What was the point of the bomb?
Isn't that obvious? I wanted to dispose of Legrand as spectacularly as possible.
You almost disposed of me as well.
Did I not tell you to deliver the letter and leave immediately?
People could have died.
But of course, that was the point of the bomb.
I don't want to hurt anyone. You know that.
And you know that I don't care what you want. Obey my orders and nothing will happen to you, and you'll soon be a rich man.
I won't blindly obey orders anymore. I want to know what the plan is.
You know as much as you need to know. We will steal the second eye in Cairo, before the eyes of the world. The theft of the first eye got everyone's attention. Legrand's death would have increased the excitement immeasurably, but this will do just as well. We'll have a showdown instead. The Raven versus the Inspector. That should also electrify the press.
Why are you doing this? I thought it was about the jewels. Why are we making life difficult for ourselves and attracting so much attention?
It's about more than that. It's about performing on the greatest stage of all. About the end of a legend. You'll see when it's time for you to see. Until then, just do as I say.
And what if I just leave? You knew who you were dealing with the whole time.
I don't have time for your hypocrisy. You always knew who you were dealing with. If, for your peace of mind, you have to pretend to be innocent in this situation, so be it. But we both know that you begged me to let you in on the heist, and in this business, one must get one's hands dirty.
But James? James! Where on earth are you?
During the trip, we'll keep a low profile and steer clear of Legrand.
I lost the ticket and the fake passport.
I swear, if my arm were still good enough to climb, I'd have disposed of you long ago. Ah, well. I'd prefer that no one see you while you're on board. Smuggle yourself on board and stay under cover until Cairo.
Okay.
And no more games. Nothing that Legrand, the police, or anyone else could do to you compares to what I will do to you if you don't follow my plan.
James, there you are. Is the inspector to carry my luggage onto the ship all by himself?
He thinks he knows me. He thinks I'm stupid and weak. I have him right where I want him. Here's a young thief who'll show an old-timer how it's done. Even if it means a bit of solitary confinement. Lying on a pile of clothes. Different fabrics. Some rougher, some softer. This one feels like a fine net. No, I don't think this'll be much use. I hope the dock workers have left the cargo hold. I better just take a peek. Or at least, I'd take a peek if it were possible to open it. This trunk is built like a coffin. Huh. Feels like metal. Angular. I think it's the trunk lock. There are small, round bumps with slots in the middle. Could be screws. Okay, where's the screwdriver? Knife. There's the screwdriver. So, if I just turn this... aha! Oh, you're kidding me! 2 metal pipes, stable, about 10 meters apart. The ship may be showing its age, but those pipes look more than sturdy enough. The stuff over there doesn't look like it was recently loaded, probably part of the ship's inventory. Tools and spare parts, I'd say. There might be something in that box that could help me escape from the trunk. Of course, it would be more helpful if it weren't out of my reach. Seems to be a strap for holding something on the shelf above the trunk. Unfortunately, I can't reach the clasp. The ship may be showing its age. And then it'll just tie itself around the pipe. Oh, brilliant! Hopefully the clasp won't slip out of the box when I pull the strap. Looks like I hit the jackpot on my first try. There's nothing more to be had. The pipe rolled up against the shelf, but it's still out of my reach. I can't reach it. How's that supposed to work? The strap won't tie itself around the pipe. All right then. I'll just drive the blade through the end of the strap. It's worth a try. Ta-da! That should hold. My best chance. Steady as a rock. Elegant. Oh, great. Okay, I'll tie him up and then get out of here before they start looking for him. And I already have an idea where I can hide.
I can't imagine that he'd just leave.
Yeah, and without saying goodbye either.
No need to be frightened, young lady.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to see you.
This is hardly the time or the place. What happened on the train?
Nothing bad. Everyone is fine.
Inch is dangerous. I warned you.
I know. That's why we're being careful. And you have a smart and handsome young thief at your side.
And humble, too.
Don't worry. I'll take care of you.
What have I done to deserve a luck like this? Inch bothers me. He's shown what he's capable of. What if he finds out about our plan?
How would he? We're careful.
He's more ruthless than we expected. The bomb on the train. I don't want to think about it.
We need to make sure that we stay calm.
You mean that I stay calm?
I'm not worried about you. I know you.
Shall we go over the plan one more time?
Good idea. We know that Inch hid the first eye in the Baroness's luggage.
I'll break into her cabin and replace the eye with a fake.
Right. We'll steal the second eye in Cairo.
And Inch will be caught in the act.
It's simple.
The devil is in the detail. I have to get into the Baroness's cabin undetected, then find the secret hiding place, and I can't leave any evidence behind.
Yes. And Inch said something about a combination, so the hiding place might be locked.
One step at a time. I think I'll assess the situation first.
And I think I'll make myself comfortable for a little while.
So this is how married life will be.
Works for me.
Everything went according to plan in London?
Except for the explosion, yes. The Bobby was right on time.
Because he had a good tip-off.
I had enough time to take the eye, but unfortunately there was no time to replace it with the fake.
Where is it? A work of art. Almost as beautiful as the original.
I can't tell the difference.
Inch could. But if all goes to plan, he won't have a chance to take a closer look at the jewel until after the burglary at the Egyptian Museum. Will Legrand cause any trouble?
Everything's still going according to plan. That means he's clever, but not clever enough.
And the Bobby?
Peasant's cunning, nothing more. He won't be able to solve the puzzle on his own.
There's still Inch.
He doesn't suspect anything. We laid the foundation well. I've been his assistant for months already. He doesn't trust me, but he thinks he can play me for a sucker. That's enough.
Speaking of Inch, I saw him talking to you in Venice. What was it about?
He was angry because his attack on the train failed and because I lost my ticket.
How did you get on the ship?
As a stowaway, locked in a cold, dark cargo hold.
Poor boy. I'll go out now and lead the police and master thieves around by the nose.
I can think of something else to do.
I can't.